Good morning, and God bless you so much, wherever you are tuned in from. My name is Apostle Fred, and I have a few questions that I wanted to ask about the things that are happening and provide maybe one or two indications or clues according to the things that are happening. There is a very bad twist that seems to be creeping in the case of Albert Ojwang. And it is a very unfortunate case, very unfortunate happening that should never happen at any other time in this country. But my curiosity was drawn by the opposition when they gave a joint press briefing yesterday. And the opposition, in fact, it was the opposition that told us that there has been a killing that happened in the very instance when they were still in their campaign trail down in the coast. That's when the talk began to come out that there has been such a case. And then in subsequent comments that they have given, they have been very keen in exonerating the actual actors. In fact, the question would be asked, why are they so keen on covering up for the indicated officers or the ones that actually have been indicted? Because the people that handled this young man, firsthand, from those who arrested to those who brought him down to Nairobi, to those who were there at the police station where he was booked in, they are all of them persons of interest because they know one or two things. It's not necessarily that they are guilty, but they know one or two things, and they can provide important information. And their being aside can also prevent them from tampering with important information. So why is the opposition very keen on tampering with the flow of investigations? It is simple. Just like in the Mheshimiwa's case, who ended up in a coffee farm, but later it was discovered that it was actually a case of self-abduction. But the opposition fed us with a very detailed narrative of what transpired, which later turned out to be a lie. Could it be that they are trying to do the same with Albert's case in order to get some political fraud out of it? That would be so unfortunate because it will not be serving justice either to the family of Albert or even to the Republic of Kenya, even to the people of Kenya that many of them claim to represent. But number two, the tribalists are pursuing a very tribalistic angle to this, because according to the information that is available, to the public as at now, the DIG is only guilty simply because he filed an official complaint or a complaint through the official channel. But to the tribalists, he is guilty because he comes from the president's backyard, tribe, etc. But the crime that they seem to, which seems to be bringing in the DIG, which is not really a crime, is the fact that he registered a complaint through the official channel, that is the DCI, which anybody would have done that. But if somebody was had an ill motive, then they would take that as an opening that they can do the worst and then implicate the DIG. That is why we asking, is the DIG, if the DIG was keen on killing Albert, most probably it would have been done without a trace. Maybe in a way that it is not an official arrest, and maybe the rest would have happened without anyone getting to implicate him. But what if the opposition got involved in order to mess issues and then implicate DIG Lagat, whom they have been accusing of running a particular squad? And I even heard one politician saying that the president should come out and say he has disbanded that squad, a squad that is only existent, in the thinking and the talk that we have received from the former deputy president. So it is not really factual, to claim that he was leading a certain squad, which is killing people, abducting people. Maybe if somebody was interested in making sure that the DIG is implicated, then it is also possible that such a case or issue that touched on the DIG directly could be tampered with in order to implicate him. And maybe that could explain why the opposition members refused to take any questions during yesterday's presser. Maybe because they might have thought somebody would want to really tamper with what they have said, because maybe they couldn't get any other angle to it. But we can also ask, ordinarily, the opposition would be calling for the resignation of the IG, not anybody else, because they would say the buck stops with the police, and the IG is the one that is overall when it comes to the police. They would be asking for the resignation of the IG, because if any officer under him, including the DIG, has committed any offense, then it is the IG who is supposed to call them to order, or even to sack them, or even to call them to step aside. But they are calling for the DIG and leaving out the IG. Maybe they cannot be able to call him out because he comes from somebody's backyard, from a certain politician's backyard. Or maybe it is because they are pursuing a certain vendetta that they would want to achieve politically, without minding the truth or minding the conclusive dispensing of this case. And maybe if that happens, it will be to their advantage. And the real culprits will get lost if the noise continues, and it will be to the advantage of the opposition, and not service of justice either to the family or to Kenyans. And this mob lynching of the complainant will not get us results. It will, instead of getting us results, it will complicate the case and cause people that would have been held liable slip through the fingers and go free. And the case will just be like any other that has been left to gather dust in some shelf somewhere. But if the opposition is willing to assist Kenyans, maybe they have some details, but they could do better if they would aid in the flow of investigations, so that at least we would be able to know, to piece together, this is what exactly happened. Because if people try to bring in a new narrative into this, believe you me, it is going to be, a back and forth blocking of the information that we are supposed to get to help the police and the people that are investigating IPOA and the others to get to the bottom of this matter. Because believe you me, when IPOA is investigating the police are also investigating what exactly would have transpired. Could there be another link that is outside what is being investigated by IPOA? Because even though we know that this happened in a police cell, but people with influence can also be able to get the advantage of police cells and do things that you may not begin to imagine. So I think it is something, it is a very bad twist that is being brought in, that is making people to ask, why is it that there are some people being protected by the opposition in a manner that seems to be well choreographed to point at DIG Lagat only, and not any other person, either in the police force or outside the police force? I think the broader net would be able to give us a better results than the narrow kind of pointing of fingers that we see. But we pray that everything is going to come to a conclusion, whether the police or whether the opposition or whether the government. We don't want to play into the gallery of any of them. We don't want to play into the gallery of the government either, because anyone can be guilty when it comes to such a thing like this one, and losing a life is something that is as a weight. It is a grave matter. The gravity of this matter is not something that can be taken lightly, because it can be either the opposition or the government or the police themselves. Anybody can be guilty, but only when it is, the process of investigations and the processes of piecing together what exactly transpired in truth is adhered to. And I think that if that happens, it will be easy for us to be able to know this is exactly what happened, and these officers are guilty of killing Albert Ojwang, or it was these officers, yes, but under the command of so-and-so, or because somebody wanted this to happen, they did this, or they paid this person, or they told this person to do this thing, and they did. So those details can only come out when the truth is pieced together. When there is a little lie into it, then it will be derailed, and it is going to eat a dead end, and it will not be possible even to get to a place where we can say, now this is the truth out of this matter. God bless you as we continue to pray for the family of Albert Ojwang. And we continue to pray that as a country we can get to the place where the simplicity of pursuit of justice can be what guides us, and not trying to deliberately complicate a case so that we can get some political fodder out of it. God bless you and have a blessed day.